he finally, he is stepping down. But really, he should be in jail, Steve. He should be in jail because what has happened to not only the American people from COVID-19, but it's also people from all around the world. It's not just injuries, deaths, horrible hospital costs, people dying alone in hospital rooms, dying alone in nursing homes, but it's children's education delayed by years, small businesses that shut their doors and will never reopen again. People lost their First Amendment rights, churches closed, freedom of speech was shut down. The American people lost so much, and so did the entire world.
Hey everybody, Maz Jobrani here. So, Dr. Fauci is retiring after 4 decades of working for the government, working in the health field, getting ready for a pandemic, and then a pandemic came, and he stepped up, and he had the bat, and he was fully educated, ready, and he said, this is what you got to do, people, to survive the pandemic, and he gave advice, and he gave himself, and he was faced with these Neanderthals, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and all the other Republicans who, rather than taking his advice, blamed the pandemic on him. What is wrong with these people? How did Dr. Fauci create the pandemic? Why would he do it? Where are you coming up with your crap? What world are you living in? This guy's trying to help you, and you're saying you want to throw him in jail? What is wrong with you?
Due to Dr. Anthony Fauci's Dr. Frankenstein style experiment. And it's nice that he gets to just step down and retire, but no one's going to be celebrating because Republicans in Congress, when we take back the House, Steve, we need to be investigating, and we should be locking up Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Then this horrible excuse for a human being, Marjorie Taylor Greene, that has no brain and is talking to Steve Bannon, who's a crazy conspiracy theorist, just a monster. He's Jabba the Hutt, has the nerve to call Dr. Fauci Frankenstein and says that it was his experiment, Dr. Frankenstein's experiment, that went bad. They have this theory. They come up with theories all the time. And now she's saying if the Republicans take the House, they're going to bring Dr. Fauci in front of Congress and try to show that he did illicit stuff, I guess. Right now, everybody, please, if you've seen this video, vote blue. Vote for the Congress. Do not vote for Republicans. If they really want to go after Dr. Fauci, they're out of their minds. They've lost their minds. Once again, this poor guy has spent his whole life. It's like you're a mechanic who specializes in Mercedes-Benzes, and then all of a sudden, people need Mercedes-Benzes to escape floods from the state of California because there's a tidal wave and people are escaping floods or fires, and someone brings their car to you and you're the expert and you go, this is what you got to do to fix the car. And the person says, oh no, you caused the floods and the fires and you're trying to trick me. I'm not going to listen to you. And then they they die because of the floods and the fires. By the way, Marge, Dr. Fauci was working under the administration of Donald Trump. And for the most part, he tried to remain neutral. If anyone should be held accountable for a lot of the lives that were lost, it was Donald Trump, who early on in the pandemic was saying that it's miraculously going to go away in April when it gets warm. And then he said, put bleach in your system. And he just kept coming up with crazy stuff. He got COVID, really bad COVID. And rather than coming out and telling people, be careful, wear a mask, take care of yourselves, he tried to show he's strong. Remember, he walked up those stairs and took the mask off and was breathing heavy? Your own president caused a lot of deaths and a lot of destruction. So don't go after Dr. Fauci. I think one of the reasons that the Republicans go after Dr. Fauci is because the people on the left actually listen to Dr. Fauci. And the Republicans want to, quote unquote, own the libs. So if the libs like Dr. Fauci, they can't like Dr. Fauci because they can't wrap their head around the fact that there'll be somebody who's actually trying to help people.
Now you're going for the kill shot. The kill shot with an ambush, deadly, because he doesn't see it coming. This is when you say, Dr. Fauci, you funded risky research at a sloppy Chinese lab, the same lab that sprung this pandemic on the world. You know why people don't trust you, don't you?
And then it gets worse. This guy, Jesse Waters, had shown up at some conservative conference and was trying to tell young people how to catch Dr. Fauci in a gotcha moment using terminology that basically parallels killing Dr. Fauci. He said going for the kill, which, let's face it, a lot of the people that go to these Republican conferences are pretty dumb. And they will take the words kill and use it seriously. And there are people who've threatened Dr. Fauci. That's how crazy this country's become. And the Republicans are at fault. The Republican leaders are at fault for putting this guy's life at risk. So leave him alone, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Leave him alone, Jesse Waters. Look in the mirror, you Neanderthal, numbnut, idiot, stupid, just horrible excuses for human beings. This guy spent his whole life trying to save you. Dr. Fauci, you have to gain. The Republicans don't like Dr. Fauci because he stands for everything that they stand against. He's intelligent. He's a man of science. He is sympathetic. And he tried to save us. Marjorie Taylor Greene says that Fauci caused all this stuff around the world. The whole world, the rest of the world, scientists around the world agreed with Dr. Fauci. It was a time when science had to step up and get us through the pandemic. And it was numbnuts like Marjorie Taylor Greene and these Jesse Waters and Fox News who was trying to rile people up to not wear their masks and to not listen to people who said, get the shot because they're out to get you. They're going to put a chip in you and follow you. Who wants to follow you? You're a loser. I'm Maz Jobrani. Speaking of following people, follow me on all my social media at Maz Jobrani. I'm on tour. Come see me live. I'm funny. I'm not yelling as much. I'm telling jokes. I'll see you live. Maz Jobrani. Bye.